In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to build a lead magnet in Go HighLevel and begin building your email list. Also, if you stay to the end, I have an amazing free offer for you that's really going to shortcut the process in getting more out of your tech stack. Let's jump to the video. So we're here in your HighLevel account. Right here, we're on the Launchpad, but let's go down to sites and we want to go up to funnels, and then let's create a new funnel. We'll call this 150, I can change this later, but this is actually a lead magnet that I'm setting up. Tech tools, and then let's just create it real quick. Okay, now we got to create it. So now we're going to create the first step. So let's call it 150 plus tech tools opt-in. I typically like to name it the resource or lead magnet or product that I'm selling, just so it's easier. And I just put like opt-in page, thank you page, or you can just you can get rid of that and just do opt-in page or thank you page or just whatever type of page it is. Whatever's easier for you to come in here and be able to see the steps and know how to get there pretty easily. So let's do 150 and we'll do tools and access for the path. And then let's create the funnel step here. All right, so we can use an existing one or we can create one for blank. I'm going to just create one that I already have. Using the existing, if you have multiple funnels that you've already set up, you can just copy one and tweak it. But for this tutorial, I wanted to show you guys how to do it from blank. So we're going to add the first section here. And then let's just do this full width section, and we'll just do one column for now. Give it a headline here. And then we'll just say for this, download free resource, and just do that. And then what I want to do is just change the font here. So we can go over here. Let me see if I could move something really quick. All right, cool. I moved me over so you can see the actual tools over here. Okay, so now if we go down, we have the font section selected here. I want to make that a little bit bigger. So let's just do 40. You can use the slider or you can just type it in. And then I want to change the font too. So I want to do a custom font here. And I want to do this, I like to use either Poppins or Fig Tree. We'll just do this Poppins for now. Perfect. And then I'm going to do one more thing too. I'm gonna click on this outer level here, and I'm going to change the background color up here to a color that matches my brand. I can do either this red here or have a dark blue. If you don't see your color in here, you can just do custom color and drop it in there. But I'll just do this red for now. And then I'm going to change the font color because you can't really see it. So if you change the font, you'll see there's just a regular font color. I changed it white, but it didn't change. You notice since this text is bold, I have to change that to make it white. And then we'll just tweak this a little bit. So it has some padding there. You'll see under margin and padding. I just want to take that down just a little bit to maybe 10. See how that look. If you really want to clean it up, we can maybe even get rid of all of the padding completely and drop that down. Perfect. Okay, cool. So that looks good. I think we can probably, if we wanted to, we could go not 100, but we could go -10 as well and take it even lower if we wanted to make that smaller. And I'll just check here to make sure there's no padding there. Cool. All right, so that's good for now. You can always tweak that later. And then next thing we want to do is just add the next section here. So we can do either another section or we can add another row. I typically just like to add sections if I'm going from different sections here. So I'm just going to pull that over, add a section there, and then we want this to be 2 column. And we're going to add in some elements here. So first thing we're going to do is add in a headline. You can add in, we'll just call it what it is, 150 tools and tech to optimize your online business. And then let's just align it to left there. And I'll leave it that size for now, but I may make that a little bit smaller or bigger. but I want to get it changed over to my font. So I'm using the Poppins font here. So I just like to keep it consistent. You could, if you wanted to make this stand out a little bit more, just from a design standpoint, maybe just italicize that. But I'll just leave it standard for now. Not going to focus too much on the design. I can always tweak and clean that up later. All right, next thing we want to add in here is just a sub headline. That's typical for marketing funnels. So I'll just do something here that's simple: gain access to my tech stack. And then we'll just change the font here. Maybe just make that like 22, a little bit smaller. And then we'll just make this semi-bold font here. And let's change the font type here to a custom font. We'll change this again to Poppins. And then I don't like this space in here. Maybe I'll make this font here a little bit bigger. Maybe I'll just make it extra bold up here. Sometimes the fonts that you bring in don't have all the different weights. So this one doesn't, which is fine. So maybe I'll just make this one a little bit lighter so they're not as conflicting. So that's fine with medium. Semi-bold and kind of bold is the same. So I'll just do this medium. And then what I'll do, actually, I'll make this back bold. Again, I'm not going to focus too much on the design. Just want to get a basic setup of it. And then we'll just go italicize there. But what I like to do is just adjust the spacing between these. So let's give it a little margin down below. So if you go to general, you can go down, you can see margin and padding there. And let me just make that 10. I think 10 is fine, but let's just do 20. And then I want to adjust this font here so it all lines up. And then I'm going to add I'll use the paragraph here. And I want to change that as well. So 1 second, I'll just add some text here that I have. Okay, cool. So I'll need to clean this up a little bit. Let's just align that there. You see, and then there's some extra spacing in there. And then we want to make this obviously a little bit bigger. So let's make that font 18. And then we want to change it over to our Poppins font. I typically you can do multiple fonts if you want to, but I typically like to match them up. Sometimes I'll vary the font depending on if I'm doing just like a simple call out or sub headline or something, I'll change it. But most of the time I try to stay uniform in the font that I'm using. And then as you can see, the margin between these two is tight. So we'll adjust the margin on the sub headline here. And we'll just do that 20. Okay, perfect. So that looks good enough for now. Next thing we want to do is add in, I have just an image of the opt-in. And let me go up here. So got the image, and then I'll just go here to my resources. And then this is just a quick mock-up of it. There we go. May make this a little bit tinier. Let's do this like 34 and see what that looks like. That's fine. And then I'll adjust. Probably don't need that as bold. Let's just do normal there for the font weight on this one. There you go. Let's just do semi. There we go. Actually, it looks the same. Okay, I'll come back to that later. Let's add in one more thing here. We want to add in a form because we have to have a way to collect the emails. So you can add a form here directly on the page, or you can do like a button. For this, I'm just going to add a form. It's not very much on this page. It's a simple opt-in. So I have some forms in here that are already set up in this account, but I'm just going to click here to go add a new one. And then let's just do add a form. I could copy one that I already have, but for this demonstration, I'll just start from scratch, or you can choose a template. They have several form templates that you can choose in here. I don't need any of these templates. I have a few of my templates in here as well, but I'll just start from scratch. It's very easy to set up a form. Okay, cool. So what I want to do here with the form, This is just the default form here, which is totally fine. For this form here, I really just need first name, or I could just do email if I wanted to. I don't need phone number, so I'm gonna get rid of that. I don't need this SMS because since I'm not sending phone numbers. You could just if you wanted to add just a little notice here for emails, just saying that the email is safe. You could add that there as well. If you wanted to add that, just click here to form element over here to the right. And then we just want to grab just some text here, or you can just take this terms and conditions. And then maybe we just change phone number to email. Cool. So just to add a little checkbox, if you want to add it, you can add that there. But I'll just put that there just as a check and just make it required. And then we can get rid of this here. We don't need that. And then we can adjust the labels here. So I'm just going to do, first I want to have the first name required and the email. That's what you see the little star there. We have it required. So now we can go and we can adjust the look of it a little bit. So if we come here and click these little dots up here, I like to hide the label. You can add it there if you want to, but I'm going to make the font just a little bit bigger. And then I like to make the padding on the boxes a little bit bigger as well. So under field style, we'll go 20 and then we'll go 20. Cool. So that makes it a little bit bigger. And then we want to adjust the placeholder font too. So let me make that a little bit bigger. Cool. So that could probably just go 14 there. Perfect. And then the weight's fine there. I'm going to adjust it so it's poppins there as well. And then maybe I'll make 20 is too much, so maybe I'll just make it 15 across the board. There we go. And then just make this a little bit bigger, 16. There we go. Cool. So you can see that you can change the placeholder to, I like to make it like that discrete looking gray if you want, but you can change it if you want to or make it bigger. But let me just get rid of this for now. I don't really need that. And then we want to, last thing we want to do is just adjust the button here. So I'll just do get access now. And then we want to change this button color here. Just grab my brand color. We'll just do it this red here. There we go. Get access now. And then we'll leave it full width. Want to maybe make it a little bit bigger. Top. And then we'll adjust the font as well. We'll make that poppins as well. And then let's just make that font a little bit bigger, 22. And then we'll make the weight on it a little bit bigger as well. Could probably make that font a little bit bigger. There we go. Get access now. Cool. So that kind of stands out. And we'll just save that. And then one other thing that I like to do, because we're going to set up a thank you page here. So we're just not going to embed it anywhere, but if you wanted to, you could add it to another website if you wanted to. But for this, we're going to get rid of this. There's no additional logic. If you wanted to redirect it to a specific URL after someone opted in a custom one, you could do that there. But for this, for example, we're just going to click the little dots here and click on options. Let me give this form a better name. I like the name of the form the same as the funnels as well, just so they're easy to find. Right now, it would just show a message if they opt in, but I'm just going to change it to open URL, or we can change it. Yep, we'll just do open URL, and then we'll just add the next URL in the funnel once we get that set up. And just save it. Cool. All right, so now we want to go back here to form here. Let's just do one thing here. Before we left off, I should have said you want to save it so you don't lose any progress. Okay. All right. So now we just want to go in and I may have to do a quick refresh for it to show up. So let me just refresh. Okay, cool. So we saved it, and then let's go and find our form. Here we go. 150 plus tech tools. There we go. Got the form. Now that we have the button there in the form and then the form there, so that's good. Don't need any additional padding or margin along with the form. That's fine. We don't need any spacing below it either, so that's good. We may be able to, don't want to take it too far, so we'll just leave that, change that back to 0. But what we could do is adjust the padding a little bit and see if we wanted to make the space a little bit lighter, we could do that as well. But I think for now it's fine. And then we'll just save it again. And then we're set on our opt-in. There's some other things that you want to do is update the SEO on the page. So if you come up here, or if you have any tracking codes, you can do that. But let's go ahead and update the metadata on the page. So we'll just give it a title. I would probably just call it the same as the page. There we go. And then just give it a little description there. We can basically just copy this here if we want. And if there's any keywords, you can add it there, but not really needed. You just add your name or your brand there. If there's any images that you want them to see when they download it, you can do that. I'll just use this one here. Double click there, it should show up. And then update the SEO there. So they're good. And if you have any like tracking codes, like you want to add a Facebook pixel or a Google Analytics pixel, you can add this there in the header. That way, if someone goes to your site, they'll get pixeled. We'll leave that blank for now, but I'll go back in and add those in later. And then probably the only other thing that you want to add is just a small footer here at the bottom of your page. So we'll just do that. I think I have some not in this account. We'll just do one column, and then we'll just add some paragraph text there. And cool. And I'll just add my little reserved text there. And if you wanted to, you could close that out. Could add your logo here down at the bottom as well. If you wanted to add that to the page, you could as well. Or you could add it here at the top if you wanted to add some branding. But that's it. It's a simple opt-in page. One thing that you want to do is also just check it out on mobile. As you see, we just did it on desktop. A lot of traffic is going to go to mobile. So you want to adjust the mobile settings as well. So what we'll do is we'll adjust the padding and margin here on mobile. This is just for mobile only. So get rid of that. Don't need that. And then we'll just check up here as well. This is just on mobile. You can see the difference between the two. We'll just change that. Get rid of this here. Actually, you may need a little bit of that there. Let's go in here, click the green section because there's padding in there that we probably don't want. We can just take it down to 0. Bottom is fine. So that's good. Typically what I like to do if I'm going to do mobile is I like to have the download kind of closer to the top. So I'd probably just change the order of these two here. So what we have to do so we don't affect the layout of the desktop. One thing you could do is you could just change the order, but I'm just going to make a copy here, clone that, and then click on this first one here. And if you go down, you will see advanced here, and it will show right now the visibility is on desktop and mobile. We don't want this to show on mobile, so let's just change that to mobile. Take the mobile off so the mobile is toggled off on that other one, so you see it on desktop. This one that's showing on mobile will take the visibility off of desktop, and then what we'll do is just move that up there so it's just closer to the top. And then we'll probably just add just a little bit margin here and just do a 10 there. We could do that, or actually we probably want to take it down, just probably like to have this closer to the top. In reality, we probably could just leave it like it is and have this a little closer to the top. As an option, this isn't very much on this page, so it's fine. As an option, if I've done in the past where I have added a button here that will take them down to the forum if I have the forum on the page, or if I have a pop-up, just a button that's closer to the top, but it's not very much on this page, so it's fine. Another thing that we'll do just for mobile here, if you want to tweak just the look, I like to just center all the text on mobile. Center just seems to look a little bit better on the mobile font. And then that's it. You can just save it. So we have our mobile version, and we can also probably make, if we wanted to make it a little bit more mobile friendly, we could probably drop the font there, probably drop that font a little bit, just take everything down a little bit. This is fine here, it's pretty small, so yep, we can do that. That could probably be a little tad bigger. Let's just do 30. There we go. And then save it. So we got it set up for desktop and we got it set up for mobile. One thing that I probably should do is adjust this color here because those reds don't match. So let me grab my color from our brain guide. 1 second. All right, so we'll change this red here. We'll just go down to custom colors and let's just add the code there. Add color. Cool. So now those two match. If we wanted to, we could make this an alternate color if we wanted, but I think it's fine. And then just gonna let that save, update SEO. There we go. Okay, so we got this simple opt-in page set up. If we wanted to make this a little bit more centered, to drop that down, we could, but I think for now we're fine with this version. Now we want to just add one more step here. And this is just a thank you page. We'll just give that to Slug there, and then we'll just create. All right, so we're gonna create just a simple thank you page here. If you have, this is also a good opportunity if you have like additional products, if you wanted to offer like a mini product that goes with it, you can have that be the thank you page as well. But for this one, we're just going to go really simple with the thank you. So I'm just going to add in just a simple logo here. So I'll just add my logo there. And then I'm going to add in just a simple headline here. We'll do just a simple thank you. We'll obviously give that a little bit of spacing there. And then we'll make this font a little bit bigger. So we'll just go 40 on the font, and then we'll just change it to, and then we'll just add just a little subheadline. We'll just add in the thank you and then resource. So you can just do this. I'm going to be sending out a link to and I'll just call it the name there. And I'll just say has been sent to your inbox, and then you could just leave it that. Sometimes I'll say check email support. I'll just put like the email that they can check from, and then that's it. We can just make this font, maybe just make it bold, and then change the font type so it matches. There we go. And then don't need to make the whole thing bold. Do that, and then we'll maybe just make this one line. I think that's fine. If you want, you can adjust, and we'll just leave it like that. Not uppercase, we'll just do capitalized like we had it, and then go back here to general. If you wanted to change the letter spacing, we can space that out a little bit. There we go. Cool. Perfect. And then one other thing you can just add in, if you want to add in just a footer section there, like we did on the first page, you can do that as well. And we'll just add this paragraph text there. And then that didn't go in the right section. There we go. And then we'll just add just a quick, cool. And then that's it. We can change this color. If you wanted to add some color or spice it up, you can, but this is just a simple thank you page for now. No need to get super fancy with it. But like I said, this is a good place if you have some additional call to action, like a product or something that goes with it. That would serve in the place of the lead magnet thank you page as you can continue on through nurturing them through your list. But for now, we're just giving them a free opt-in and we'll get them on the email list and building our email list. And we can always tweak this and change this later. So if we go back now, cool. We got our opt-in page and we got our thank you page here. One thing that we want to do is in the funnel is you want to go in here to settings. And if you don't already have one, it's just going to be the default, the HighLevel app preview domain for now, but you want to go in and just attach a domain name to it. So I already have my domain names in here. So I'm just going to attach this lewispike.co domain name to it. And then it will just have the slug there for both that I set up. And then I will have a domain name with it as well. So that is it. That didn't save. So let me come back down here again. And I think let me adjust where I'm at on the screen. Cool. So you can see the save. There we go. Select a domain name and then save it. And then you can see the domain name is there for both pages. One thing that we need to do is if we go back in here, edit, since we have a next step in the funnel, click on your form. And then let's just change this redirection to go to next step. And then that will just take it automatically to the next step in the page. And then we just click the publish and then that will publish it and make it live. So we should be able to preview it. There we go. Could probably give that a little bit more space there. If we wanted to clean up the design on it, we could. Maybe just get that little bit to the right there. There we go. Made it a little bit smaller. There we go. Cool. And then that's it. We'll just save it again. Like I said, we can always tweak the design later. But now we got a good lead magnet page set up. They can get the resource. And then there's one other step that we want to go into. And it's very simple. So we'll go back here. And we have to go, since we're in Go HighLevel, we just have to set up a quick automation here. Let's just go to create workflow. Under automations, we can just select the recipe here. And let's just see if they have just a quick one for a lead magnet. They do not. So let's just select this one for now. Actually, that was not a good one. See if they have a good recipe. Okay, so none of these will be, since we're just gonna do a simple one, we don't really need to do one of these. We can just create one from scratch. And let's just do start from scratch. And then let's just name it. There we go. And then we'll just add a trigger. The trigger we want to add is form. And then we want to do form submitted. We'll give it a name and then save trigger. But then we want to add a filter on here. Form is this one here. So anytime a form comes in from that, a lead comes in from that form, it'll trigger it. And then what we want to do is just have it send a email. And then we'll just call this email 1. And then we can just put your name or your brand. And then I just do my support email. We'll just call it the fill in the blank here, the name of the lead magnet, and then download. And then that's it for the subject. If you have email templates, you can use those and add them in. But For here, we'll just type the message in here. So just thanks for downloading the link below to access the download. And then we'll just do the download name. And then we can just come here. I cannot spell. Come here and we'll just link up the URL to our download. So I have mine here. This is the Airtable one that I'm using. And then I already have a link here, and just click to copy it. There we go. Go back here, and then I'll just put that URL there. You can add some actions here if you want to tag them or something, you can. Or if you want to add some more. This right here is just if you want it to be in the same window or new window. I typically just like to do a new window. Doesn't matter. And then so it's linked up, and then just put your signature there. And then that's it. So email one is saved. If you want, typically I always create a tag here so I know where they came from. Probably just have to add a new tag because I don't think I have a tag for this one. We'll just call it that for now. And then we'll just add the new tag so they'll get tagged as well. I typically like to name it, keep the naming convention the same so I can get a quick view, and then save it. And then that is it. If you wanted to add more emails to have them go into your nurturing list from here, you could. And then that is it. One other thing that I like to do here, I wish they just had it to default, is let's just go here to settings and then just allow re-entry in case someone has issues, or I don't know, sometimes people forget what they log into or they use multiple emails and they come back in. So then turn that on. And also for testing purposes too. So we'll publish and then save it. So that is it. We are live. That opt-in is ready to go. We got an opt-in page and a thank you page, and we also have a email. All right, so like I promised, I hope you found this video helpful. At the end, like I said, I was going to provide a resource or a special tool for you. Actually, this lead magnet that we just created, I will have a link to that down in the description below so you can see all the tools and tech tools that I use. But also, if you are on HighLevel and you just want a copy of the funnel that I just created, and I'll also include some free other funnels that I have in there as well. I include a set of 3. I have a good application funnel, a good lead magnet funnel, and then just a webinar template funnel that I'll include in there. If you guys want it, just click. If you sign up to through my Go HighLevel link down below, and then you can just my affiliate link and just send me an email to support@lewispikedigital.com. I'll be more than happy to share those funnels with you. That way you can just click and just import them right into your account and just change out just the naming, a few images, but the formatting is there. Or if you already have a Go HighLevel account, I have a link as well below where you can get access to them as well. So if you guys have any questions or issues, let me know, but I'll see you all on the next video. Have a good one.